Hey guys, it's Christopher Dovale here, and today I'm going to talk about how to not care what other people think. There was a comment in one of my previous videos that said, how do you get over cringe moments that keep you up at night? Shout out to Atlichang, back home in SA. Yeah, so I'm going to answer that question in this video. How do you get over cringe moments? Basically, how do you stop caring what other people think? A good way to test if you care what other people think about you is to, go outside and wear a crazy outfit or wear something completely weird and really push the limits, or something abnormal. Just wear anything that is not typically worn. Every time you find yourself wondering if people are looking at you, it's actually because you're worrying if other people are worrying about you. And that is how you know that you're worrying about what other people think. So see how often you catch yourself thinking, oh, is someone looking at me? And then you'll know how much you actually worry about what other people think. So a lot of the times the problem is that people have grown up with this judging kind of problem in their lives, where, for instance, they've had somebody that they've grown up with who constantly judged them, and they weren't allowed to, be themselves around these people. This could have been at school with bullies, or kids at school that just tease and make fun of you. For instance, if you try to do something you enjoy, that's not very typical, So we develop this hesitance to step out and do the things we enjoy or we think we'd like because of how it's received by other people. Obviously, as a child, we don't care. And at a certain age, we start worrying what other people think, and we stop doing the things that, we enjoyed. It can even be parents who try to project their yet unreached goals or yet unachieved goals onto their children. And, they don't allow their children to grow into their own skin and to become their own people, therefore disallowing the kids to, really become themselves. So if this is the case, kids will stop doing the things they think they'll get made fun of for because they don't want to get made fun of. And it's obvious, who wants to be made fun of, because then you're made to be the odd one out and people don't want to be friends with you. It's easier to associate with the people making fun of someone else because all you have to do is laugh. But it's not easy when you're the receiver of those jokes and those teasings and stuff. So since I came to Germany, I actually noticed that I actually do care a lot about what other people think of me. So I've actually thought back a little bit, and I thought, how have I tried to overcome this, and how have I tried to develop a more outgoing personality, or more, how do I allow my personality to come out in the things I do and actually do the things that I would like to do. So if you find yourself lying in your bed at night and thinking about cringe things you've done, or embarrassing things you've done, that's obviously not good. We look at it like that because we feel we've messed up and we have a standard to maintain. And obviously when we don't maintain that standard in the social hierarchy, then obviously your confidence goes down and everything goes down because you're the joke. So you have to realize that everyone does cringe things. Everyone does embarrassing things. When people laugh at other people for doing cringe things, it's because they themselves have that insecurity, and when they see someone else mess up, they feel more relaxed that they're not the only people who mess up. But then sometimes that feeling is well, let's take advantage of it and make the person feel worse, and they make a joke and they laugh, or whatever the case may be. And that's obviously not the people you want to be around, but obviously sometimes that just happens, and those are the people that you are around at the point where something cringe happens, right? You can't control that. When you realize that everyone does cringe things, you'll take yourself less seriously. The reason you dwell on these things is because you take yourself so seriously. If you start to look at yourself as, when you make mistakes, it's funny and you laugh along as well and stuff, you begin to ease up and let loose these things more quickly. For example, I've had a few cringe moments. So the first one that comes to mind is when I was in grade 11 and there was a talent show at school and I sang on stage, right? So I auditioned and everything and I practiced at home, but we didn't have like a proper practice where we actually practiced in the hall and I sang on stage. So the first time I'd be singing on stage was actually when I performed. So we didn't have like a proper rehearsal, so to say. So the day came up, I'd practiced once or twice. In the audition I sang while like everyone was impressed. They're like, wow Chris, damn, you got a voice bro. I was like, yeah man. So then the day came up and I'd chosen the song, and the song was Charlie Puth, Marvin Gaye. If you know the song, you know that it starts with a drum beat and like it's a ta ta ta, and on that beat you're supposed to start singing, and then half a line later then the music starts. So I gave the audio to the sound guys and they started the song and I didn't hear the ta ta ta, and then I heard the music start and I hadn't started singing, and so obviously I missed my cue to sing. So obviously I was like, oh, what do I do now? Obviously the first obvious thing to do is to carry on from the second line, but I forgot all the words from the song. Like I couldn't sing anymore. I was like and then the crowd started singing because obviously they were like, oh, this guy is stage fright or whatever, and so they start singing and I'm like and they're singing the chorus and I start singing the chorus, and then I sang the chorus like 6 times and then like my voice cracked and I was like and I was trying to tell the guys to like just restart the song please, just like please, and then like the principal had to come on stage and tell everybody to like calm down, relax, and then like send me off stage. It was embarrassing. That was so, that doesn't keep me up at night. Like I got over it. It's actually funny, like when you don't take the things serious and you share them with other people, you laugh at it as well, and it makes it more lighthearted and you don't have to dwell on it. Another thing that I would have found cringe maybe a year ago is, so I started serving in the children's ministry at Hillsong Berlin, and obviously to serve in kids ministry you have to really put yourself out there and engage with the kids, play with the kids, and obviously kids also want to be cool and stuff, so you often look like a fool trying to get their attention and trying to engage them and trying to make them enjoy themselves. So we had these dances and stuff where you follow the dance on the screen, and so I was dancing along and I was making a fool of myself. But while I was doing this, I thought I would not have done this a year ago. Like back home I would have thought, nah, what if someone sees me? Like I was like, nah, I don't want someone to see me and make fun of me about my silly dance moves. But the thing is, I noticed when I started dancing funny and crazy, the kids were more able to try and dance as well. That was a lesson as well. Like a lot of people are actually at that place where they don't have the confidence to step out. So it's actually stepping out of your comfort zone, and when you do that, you give other people the confidence to step out as well. When you do cringe things, know that it's because you're stepping out of your comfort zone. It's not because you look stupid, which you probably did, but the thing is, you stepped out of your comfort zone and you learned. You got that rush of adrenaline because you stepped out of your comfort zone. When you have a cringe moment, you know that you did something right, because you should always be pushing yourself and increasing and going out of your comfort zone to expand yourself. Another cringe thing was my old YouTube channel. So it was actually with a few friends. So it wasn't mine, it was our YouTube channel. I'll leave a link in the description for you to go check it out. There's a bunch of videos there, really funny. It was called BKS Originals, and it was me and my friend Ryan and our other friends. We made a video with them as well. Obviously, just getting on camera is getting out of your comfort zone, right? Because you get camera shy the same as you get stage fright and all this stuff. But when you just put yourself out there, you grow and you expand yourself and you get over it. So there'll be cringe things that I do now that I'll do on this channel, but the more I do it, the more I know that okay, that was cringe, let me refrain from doing something like that, but also I learn from it. But these old videos were quite cringe, but go check them out, give a like or something. You don't have to subscribe. I don't know if we'll ever make more videos for that channel because we all split up now, like around doing our own thing, but maybe one day. So I think when you refer to cringe moments, it's often to do with like approaching a girl as a guy, or as a girl approaching a guy, right? So it could be saying something, or like trying a pickup line or something. I'm not gonna give any dating advice, nothing like that. I'm not dating, and I don't plan to date anytime soon. So yeah, I would just say make friends, don't make wars. There's been times where I've hugged people awkwardly. Like, you know, when you go in like this and then they also go in the same direction as your hands, and like you swap in, or you like go under and it's a guy and you're like, oh, okay, that's never happened, but apparently someone did that this year in my class, and then they were like going around showing the whole class like, bro, do you hug like this? Obviously that guy felt like he felt silly, but it was so funny. So obviously that was a cringe moment for him, but obviously he didn't know that until he'd experienced it, right? I think you all have experienced the awkward handshakes. Those are definitely cringe moments, especially coming to Berlin, meeting all these international people. You know, in South Africa we got this thing where I'm an illustrator, it's like, and you're like with your thumbs, right? No, obviously that's South Africa, no one else does it. So here we had to come up with a way to like say how's it, or like, you know, obviously you shake people's hands at first, and then like eventually you get like this, and then sometimes, you know, when you do this, you expect the other person to also go like this, so you can meet, and like your thumbs can like meet like that and be like, and you like have this triangle angle, yeah. So sorry to point you out, bro, but you know who you are. But sometimes you go like this, and then they meet you with a handshake like this, bro. So for me that's cringe, but you know, we learn, and yeah. And sometimes you open up about your feelings, and you're rejected. Sorry for those people who have experienced that. It's really painful. You expanded yourself, you found out what doesn't work, or maybe it was just that person. They're probably the wrong person for you anyway, so keep at it, but do you. Don't worry about getting someone else. The right person will come at the right time. So yeah, I guess the final advice I can give you is, when you catch yourself feeling embarrassed or that you've just done something cringe, it's probably because you've put yourself out there and you just haven't been received correctly, or how you expected to be received. But that's how you grow in life, and you know, when the reward outweighs the risk, then it's definitely worth it. And you know, you only grow by putting yourself out there and expanding your territory. So yeah, go out and do cringe things this week. Don't do cringe things this week, but don't let the cringe things you've done get to you. Like, we all do cringe things, man. Take it easy. Like, don't be so serious about life. Life is meant to be fun, and if you can't do funny things in life, then how can it be fun, right? Yeah, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you guys. This was my 4th video. I'm like on 25 subscribers. Thank you for subscribing, everyone who has. And yeah, please drop a like, subscribe, drop a comment as well. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.